That prize guide brings you your tail of tape for this bantamweight feature. Number 5 ranked Raufeon Stots, number 10 ranked Lazaro Dayron. Dayron just turned 34 this week. Reach advantage and the height in Stots' favor.
Fight!
Southpaw stance for Stots. Immediately hand fighting in the center. First strike for each fighter. Inside kicks landing on their opponent's shins.
Not even holding back on the power of those either. Always fascinating to see fighters in an open stance. You can see they've both got their power side. For Stots, it's left leg, left hand. For Dayron, it's right hand, right leg. The one that's just hammered onto the inside of the knee. They're both susceptible to those power shots. A little bit more of an advantage for Stots because it's easier for him to target the liver on Dayron.
Stots has tried a high kick, a kick to that liver, and an inside low kick all so far in the first 40 seconds of this fight.
It's kind of a feeling out process with kicks at the moment. They look at the moment like they're fighting each other in a mirror. They're so similar in the way that they move. Slightly longer stance for Stots. You can see that rear foot is a little further back. Part of the reason why Dayron is so quick off the mark is he's loaded with that back leg underneath him.
Jab from Stots was able to Hez dispenser that Lazaro Dayron head.
Nice little shift to the closed side there by Dayron. He's looking for angles. That's a good body kick block, though. A nice effort. You can't take too many of those, and even if you're catching it on the forearm or the bicep, it will deaden your power arm. Oh!
Dayron able to, once again, step to the outside of that lead foot. Off balance Stots for a second. There it is again. Short right hand landed.
Did you see how he pulled him in with that single leg and then broke to strike? One thing we need to watch out for with Stots is that rear elbow. He showed it there. I think he's expecting as Dayron comes in, he's going to be able to slice him with that left elbow. He's postured it a couple of times.
Stots has been the quicker, faster fighter in so many of his career bouts. Might have found an equal here in Lazaro Dayron in that department.
Look how active their lead hands are as well. They're really trying to find a way inside the guard. There's a battle for the lead hand, Southpaw v Orthodox. Slightly different in MMA, but you can still see it happening here because these guys are wanting to fight at closer range. That was across the top of the thigh, that one. Interesting.
He's kicked at every single level so far on his opponent, has Stots. Good right hand again there from Lazaro Dayron. Stots just able to get his head off the center line and avoid the brunt of the impact.
Stots trying to be a little bit more aggressive with his stance here, trying to push forward a bit more. Interesting what Kennedy said about his reads of his last fight. Felt like he was moving away too much and giving the wrong impression to the judges. Clearly you can see he's standing here and wanting to counter strike. He's just trying to draw Lazaro Dayron in, get him to commit with that right hand so he can counter it. Good head movement by Dayron.
Both fighters showing their opponents a lot of respect in this one. High stakes bout. Both fighters ranked so far. Of course, a win here tonight helps you climb that ladder, start to build a case toward a title shot in the future.
Yeah, Dayron stands to gain a lot with a win here. Raufeon Stots sitting up towards the top of the division at number 5. Dayron's just cracked the top 10. It's a very, very competitive division as well. So you've got to expect that, you know, a win here for Dayron allows him to jump a couple of places.
We've seen Dayron now twice, Dan, snatch that lead leg, but not really commit to a takedown, despite his wrestling prowess.
Yeah, there's that rear elbow. Did you see from Stots?
Yes, and Dayron crashed right into it.
It's almost like Dayron's trying to give the impression that he wants to wrestle, so Stots drops his hands. But the discipline of Raufeon Stots right now, he's not biting on it. That was a good head kick attempt by Dayron, blocked by Stots. Throws one back of his own. You can see every now and then, there's a level change attempt. Beautiful takedown.
Big flare on the takedown. Lazaro Dayron trying to steal this first round potentially with the late takedown. Stots scrambles back to the feet, takes a knee to his midsection on the way up.
It's so effortless when you see those takedowns of a high-level wrestler like that.
This is the feature bout on our early card. Main card featuring a world title bout in the lightweight division between Usman Nurmagomedov and Archie Colgan.
That takedown might give Stots a little urgency. He's not going to want to let rounds slip through his fingers. And Dayron's a very guarded fighter as well. He's very, very good at fighting within himself. That was a good right hand on the end of the combination.
Well, he threw that combination knowing that the first couple are going to be either slipped or blocked by Raufeon Stots. Good head kick attempt there for Stots. Had Dayron stumbling backward.
Yeah, I liked how Stots moved his feet on that attempt at the head kick. He drifted to the close side. He got to the outside of that lead leg of Dayron and threw it to his close side. Fast hands.
Dayron really starting to bank some of those right hands. This time he digs to the body.
Yeah, that sling hook to the body can really sap your gas tank.
Dayron adding that little sachet kick to the front leg. Left hand working here for Stots. Tries to throw it at an angle.
Stots is not going to want this fight to play out like this. He doesn't want to play this numbers game with his opponent. You can see how close it is. 20-17 in favor of Stots, but then you add the takedown on, and for me it looks like Dayron is winning this fight. And Stots will be very frustrated with himself if he allows that to happen without exerting himself. That was a good body kick.
Stots kind of sniping here, picking 1 and 2 shots at a time. Dayron here in the second has started to string more combinations together. Good long jab from the Cuban there. Good right hand as well. That one had Stots thinking.
Didn't look like it had a great deal of power on that right hand, but it seemed to wobble Stots to his boots. That's a good jab. That could give Dayron some pause if Stots is able to keep firing that jab out there. Might set up that rear high kick as well that he keeps testing. Again, the footwork though of Dayron puts him at the advantageous angle.
Both guys doing excellent work with the rear hand stance. Forward motion there. Had Dayron potentially run into something, but he wags a finger as if to say, no, that didn't hurt. Which of course usually means that it did hurt.
A good jab again from Stots. I'd like to see him pick up his aggression. That 1-2 was clean from Dayron. He's starting to find his range with that backhand. It'll be interesting to see what coaching Stots gets between the second and third round. If he makes it through these next 2 minutes, they're going to really have to spur him on.
Another exchange of head kicks and a nasty collision of shins. Not sure who got the worst of that one. Now Stots longer with the left hand.
Oh, that was a good check lead hook from Dayron.
Creasing here.
Yeah, right. He's starting to get his head out the way a little quicker. So you can see him pressuring, and he's out of the way before Stots return. Good little step through there. I think we're going to see Dayron level change in a moment. Stots is going to get overzealous because he's going to feel like he has to do something big, and that's going to allow Dayron to level change. And as we move into this last minute, it's going to be big on the scorecards if Dayron can finish this round with the takedown, get some time in top position. With a close round like this, it could be the deciding factor. Very cautious here by Stots. He's gonna regret this caution if he allows this fight to slip through his fingers. There's definitely more he could be doing.
What's standing out for me, Dan, is it's 1 at a time or 2 at a time. I'd like to see him string 3 and 4 strikes together, finish with a kick maybe. As Dayron's trying to do here, of course, That lead hand of Stots making it difficult for Dayron to get close into the range he wants.
It's a good two-punch combo, but the check hook from Stots certainly got Dayron's attention, even if it didn't hurt him. 10 seconds. The Stots corner's got to talk him into doing something in this third round.
Fight!
It's a good slicing jab by Stots. He's getting to the jab now. That's much better start to the round for Stots. He's got
more urgency shown, at least in these first few seconds, Dan. Cage side reporter Kennedy Smith has a report from the Stots corner between rounds 2 and 3.
Yeah, guys, Stots' corner was saying that they just want him to stand up this round and keep throwing punches all the way until the very end, and then they want him to finish it out with kicks, and said, lower your arms after you throw those kicks, stay on the attack, guys.
Thank you, Kennedy. Fun fact, Raufeon Stots, Kennedy Smith, same high school.
Is that right? This is much better for Stots. I know he's taking some shots, but the very fact that he's moving forward and some of these shots are clipping him and they're not hurting him should give him some confidence. The real threat in this fight is that blast double leg takedown. That's the thing that Stots has got to be really cautious of. But if he's staying busy with the jab, if he keeps filling that center channel with front kicks and knees, that's a nice jab again. Even the chasse kick could be useful for him.
He faded back after the jab, did Stots, but wasn't able to follow up after the Dayron miss.
Yeah, that was a good stabbing front kick by Stots there, aiming for the liver. There's the jab again.
And it's interesting, the success of Stots in the striking is starting to kind of goad Dayron into taking more risks himself. He's been so disciplined with his defense and his footwork and his head movement. He's punched himself out of position a couple of times here.
Yeah, sometimes the danger with a fighter, especially someone with the experience and skill of Stots, they can be a little bit too technical. Like, Dayron is fighting a very smart game here because he knows how dangerous his opponent is. But Stots is the one that's really got to start to pressure this undefeated fighter. There's a nice head kick. It was blocked by Dayron, who's got excellent defensive discipline.
Both guys showing some initiative here in round 3. Maybe the best round for Stots so far. And there's a takedown attempt. Good sprawl, though.
Wasn't it? That was beautiful to see. Back to the jab for Stots. I'd like to see him put something behind those hands, though. He keeps throwing that head kick, and it's getting close, but he's not setting it up with his hands. If he throws, there it goes. If he throws that hand out there to make his opponent respect the punch, the kick might creep around the side. We've seen it with Fabian Edwards. He's a master at it, as are the Edwards brothers. Long jab.
Element, the official hydration partner of the PFL. Scan the code or visit drinklmnt.com/PFL to receive a free sample pack with any purchase. Stay salty. Good jab again from Raufeon Stots on the Dayron kick.
Yeah, Dayron's picking his pace up, though. You can see him. His head movement's building up. He's throwing punches a little bit more. He's catching Stots a bit more here. I would expect a level change at some point soon for Dayron. And we know the horsepower that he can put into those takedowns.
Dayron leapt forward with a knee, and here's another takedown. Tries to grab those legs. He'll switch to the single.
Dayron's posture's broken, and Stots is chipping with that near side hand. Just over a minute to go, though. He doesn't want to be tangled up here too long. He wants to get space so he can strike, and he's got it.
Good work by Stots to negate that takedown. He's got a minute left to work in round 3. Jab lands again for Dayron. Down onto the legs one more time.
Great sprawl again. Got to get his feet off the fence here, otherwise he can get driven back up. Coming up to 45 seconds in this fight. Good steady pressure again by Lazaro Dayron.
Body shot from Dayron, and he comes in again with pressure behind it.
Sunk that one into the midsection. Stots again defending the takedown. Doesn't want to finish the fight defending takedowns. We're coming up to 20 seconds. He's going to have to scramble out of this position. Dayron's going to be happy to stay here. Tries to circle. Beautiful kick out. Look how heavy his hips are, though. Now Stots trying to get a takedown, but he's fully extended.
Final few seconds of this bout. Dayron hammering with the right hand and finishes with a knee.
Great fight. Really solid performance.
Highly technical. And once again, the judges here in New York will have to declare who the winner is after 3 full rounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we turn to the judges' scorecards. Judge Exisa scored the fight 29-28 Stots. Judge Mahmoud scored the fight 29-28 Dayron. Judge Porter scored the fight 29-28 for your winner by a split decision, Lazaro Dayron!
Lazaro Dayron edges out Raufeon Stots by split decision to remain undefeated here in New York. And Raufeon Stots is beside himself, incredulous.
Click below to subscribe and watch more MMA content.